Hi people, Wheels and Motors here. We are going today to replace shocks absorbers on my 2019 Skoda Octavia, and this is my friend Paul. And
Hi guys.
he is a master of all talents. He's a beekeeper. I'll put some links in description as well if you're looking for the homemade honey. He's a mechanic, he's a taxi driver, he's administrator of Rufus taxis. So lots of talents, lots of links in description. Let's get to it. 2019 Skoda Octavia. Magnificent, best car in the world. Today we're gonna replace shock absorbers on both sides. I'm gonna show you just one because the other one will be pretty much the same. It's just lifted up. Let's get on with it. Wheel is off, and this is the reason why we're replacing them, because they're pissing themselves. They need to be replaced. That's a bolt at the bottom of the strut, and we're gonna remove the anti-roll bar link and the steering thingy, track rod end. I'm gonna undo it. So the way it works with the anti-roll bar, they have a nut and they have a spline bit on inside for counter holding. So the bottom one is gonna be the same. Apply some WD-40, counter hold on this side, and then undo this. Here goes the bottom one.
Nasty one.
Nasty one. It's a little bit hard to get. You can remove the cover if it's in your way, but we managed to do it without the cover. This is the bad boy. We're gonna replace him because it needs to be done anyway. So this is the base of the strut. That's where it goes. This is the bracket for brake line, I think, and some sensor wires. It's a 10mm bolt, isn't it, by the look of it?
M6.
M6, 10mm. The other side of this bolt is a spline. So this is one end, and this is the other. Could be M14 or something, or M16. So these are the bits, that's what they look like. And
Very loose.
we just broke him loose. There is no thread inside, just so we can take him out.
There's a lot of rust.
Yes. Now, at the back of this, we have like a crack here. Well, what do you call it? I don't know. But anyway, this base still holds strut pretty tight. So we use special tool. You put it in between and then you turn and it spreads it apart. I can put a link in description for this tool if you're interested. This is what it looks like. We split that place where the bolt used to be to make it wider so we can take the strut out. Or you can use the other side of it. We'll figure out which one's better. Yeah, there is a crack now. Not crack, but it's getting loose. We'll give few taps with the hammer. Just few taps. You see it's coming out. Remove the drive shaft, 24mm spline. I'm gonna go and press the brakes so we can undo the bolt. Now we remove the drive shaft. It's very tight bolt. The reason we are taking this bolt out is just loose, so we're gonna use the gun to take it out.
So the drive shaft can go back in case this one is coming forward, so it's not gonna be unplugged from the gearbox.
Because that other, you need to watch out the other end of the drive shaft because it can come out of its joint on the other side. Your steering, your track rod end, it's also, there is a ball joint at the end of it, and it's the same story as, or very similar as with the anti-roll bar. You have a nut and you have something to counter hold. It depends. Sometimes it's a hex, sometimes it's spline. So because it gets very friendly with this base, what you do, you don't hit on a ball joint or from the bottom, you hit on this metal pretty good well, we already loosen it, so it gets a little bit of a shake, and so you can take it out. There are 3 bolts at the bottom holding the ball joint. 1, 2, 3. These 3. We're gonna undo them and loosen these arm. Now we've put the arm up, and this one is disconnected, ball joint. The arm is there, we just took it out of this bolt. We are going to take the drive shaft out. As an option, sometimes you can tap it out with the socket through this side, but it's out already. Okay. Now we don't want to stress brake line or anything, so the strut is out.
The ABS cable and the brake line. So what I have to find is a nice place where to use it as an anchor.
Yeah, so we
right
attach one of these bolts to the arm, so it's not coming off. And we can also secure it with some wire. So what is happening here? So the ball joint, these 3 bolts what we had here, one of them went on the side, so the hub stays. Then we secured it with a wire as well, so it doesn't go anywhere. Make sure you don't give any stress to your brake line, to your wires. So now it's all loose and the strut is sticking out from the top. This is the tool that splits the base of the strut, where the strut goes, and there's a thread, and it splits it like this by turning this bolt. So at the top we pull the rubber out to get access here, and then pull this little clip out like a thingy, and then we can lift this up. So this plastic cover at the top, it just lifts up, and we can loosen these 3 bolts. They are 13 mil.
2.
2?
Yeah, and 1 in the back.
Yeah, 3 bolts. 1, 2, 3. So what he's doing here, he's holding it from the bottom, and I'm doing remaining 2 bolts at the top.
You see, right there. Try not to tight it too much, so it's gonna scratch the paint. I always use some grease right there, because if it's scratching the paint, it will get rust.
There we go. Here comes the strut. Now we can use spring compressors.
Because if you use 2 of them and one of them is sliding, they slide together.
Ah.
Fingers between. Never put the fingers between them.
Last time I did something like this, I used 3 of them. They weren't that wide. They had only like 1 hook, not 2 hooks like this. But I've used 3 of them on all sides. So yeah, be careful. This spring is very strong. If it shoots, it shoots. So stay away on the side, so it doesn't shoot there.
It's not shooting yet.
Not shooting yet. Yeah, I know. So don't stay on the axle of this when you turn it.
This is the dangerous area when you start compressing it, because if they go together, done. You lose your finger. So always on the top or on the bottom, never between the.
So now, with the spring compressed, we can undo this bolt at the top and take the bearing out. We have a 7mm Allen in there.
And this is a
21mm nut, is it? I have a 7, they not quite common 7mm hex. I had to buy one separately for my tool set.
Yeah, I did the same. But my tool set from Halford, they got one.
Ah, thank God we have Halfords.
I'm not very happy with it, because I cannot see it. Maybe I should compress it a little bit more. No, it's actually the shock absorber is dead.
Oh, is it dead completely, yeah?
Is totally dead.
Hey, maybe about time to replace it.
Never seen one like that.
Yeah, I'd try hard to get them to this state.
It's dead. It's totally dead. So now, this is dangerous now. Put it in a place
And don't touch it.
and don't touch it.
Be careful with this spring now.
It's knocking. Normally staying like that.
I
But
see.
this is going on the wrong way.
I think it's about time to replace this shock absorber. So here comes our new shock absorber, nice and fresh. I missed that bit. That's a difference.
Yeah,
You
so-
see, this one should be
Really?
pushing out.
They look the same.
Yeah. Apart from the fact that one is dead and dropped in, and another one is pushing it up properly. So we're just making sure this is the same size.
Around 49, 70 and something. 49 and something.
We're good.
It's good.
TRW, by the way, is the brand we're using.
Look at this. Very hard.
And then it goes back.
Look, try hard. This is where the suspension is work. This one
It doesn't do anything.
don't do anything and is actually going by itself.
Yeah, this one
Look.
pushes up,
Going up.
and this one.
Listen, this knock.
Oh my goodness, that's a rubber bit, isn't it? That sits
Yeah.
inside there.
Well, the oil is not helping. It's still okay, but the oil and rubber not very good friends. Luckily, you're still okay.
Put this rubber bit on a new one that will host the spring. We're not gonna put new one in the vise, so we don't damage the shock absorber.
Remember, never between them. Here is the dent.
Make sure it finds its place,
Exactly.
same place as it was before. Like this. This is the strut mount, and it has a bearing inside, so when you turn your steering wheel, it has a bearing.
In a second.
Yes, and they're not expensive, so once you do it, you might as well get the new ones. They are pretty cheap. I just decided to go with the old ones, but I do it at my own risk, so I know how to get them out if I need to. But you might as well replace these bearings as well. This is the bit, just some plasticky bit inside. So you put it in, and then we give it there. Be careful with this, just in case, you know, if the spring compressor go wrong, so you don't get hit by anything. So don't stay in the way of the spring.
That's better.
So the Allen bit on a new shock absorber is 6mm. So we're gonna use the 6mm as a counter hold and tighten this up. So with this bolt nice and tight, remove the spring compressors. Do them by hand, preferably not without the gun, not with the gun. Make sure spring here sits where it's meant to sit. You see this little gap here? This is the bottom of the spring, and the top goes nice and easy. Where is it? Ends. Just
Is it circle?
Yeah.
Right here.
yeah. And you see this plastic, they go in the gaps, so you can't go wrong. Just make sure it sits properly. And now we can put this back in. So he's just checking the bearing, so it turns
Bearings
as
are
it
good.
should. Good bearing. We didn't need to replace it. So we've used just some grease here on the top, so we don't damage the paint, so it doesn't start rust from here or any of that. Keep it tidy. Now the strut goes back in. So the bolts are now nice and tight. And now the rubber can go back. So when you put the strut back in, you see this sticking out bit. Shock absorber, strut, well, I don't know. Nevertheless, when you put this one in, this one, it can turn, by the way, see? So you can turn it because it has the bearing at the top. So you want to make sure that this sticking out bit goes in between there, into this gap. So this bit goes in there. So turn it accordingly. This is gonna be placed for our anti-roll bar link. We're gonna put new one.
Let's begin this out.
Yeah, let's remove that wire. See? So now we make sure that it goes into this gap. Take that tool out.
And you see that.
Make sure it sits here all the way to the bottom. That's the base here. So we use M14 again on that side and 18mm socket on this one. And tighten this up by hand. Now we put drive shaft back in just to start it, and we put these 3 bolts for the ball joint back where they belong. Here we are, all 3 in, and drive shaft is in as well.
24?
24mm
With 12?
line bolt goes in, and this is very hard bolt. I think it's like 200 Newton meters or something. Now this little bolt that holds wires and pipe hoses that can go in. $16mm nuts go back in. And tighten them up by hand.
This one has to be very tight.
Track rod end, steering rod, end rod, to put it back on. If you need to counter hold, there is a bit in the middle there for counter holding. And we're gonna put a new anti-roll bar link because the old one was pretty bad. My favorite brand, TRW. I wish they paid me for advertising. Comes with the new nuts.
It's going this way, not this way.
Yeah.
Slowly, like that. I hate them. Look, even if you move it.
Yeah, you see it's straight, it evens
Yeah,
out.
but that, now it's push it. It's forced. That's okay.
Put the nut on the top one. Double check everything.
This is tight.
Steering.
This is tight. Tight. It's tight. It's tight. Okay, that's done.
And the bottom one is tight.
It's tight.
So now we put the wheel back on. Nice and easy. All with the help of the Paul. Paul, say hello to the world.
Hello.
He's a mechanic, he is a taxi driver, he is administrator at the Rufus taxis, he is also beekeeper, does his bees. I'll put the link for his website if you want to buy some fresh real honey. Some more hives here. Now we're gonna do the other side. The other side will be probably slightly quicker for us because we know what this car wants, but you know it all. Check all links in the description. Thank you for watching.